Hello?
You going to Buxton?
What?
You going to Buxton?
What do you mean?
Are you going to work at Buxton?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Huh?
No. I've spoken to them.
What did you meet with them for?
Just because they asked to meet with me, so I just met with them. And that was it so far.
So you are going to Buxton?
I was just thinking about it. Nothing's been in concrete.
Why wouldn't you come and talk to me about that first?
Oh, because I didn't want to scare you, and then if nothing happened, then there was no point getting you upset.
Yeah, but I thought we, a few months ago, had a big chat and that you loved working with me.
Yeah, I do love working with you. It's not you. I like working with you. It was just the money thing.
So what do you... Okay. So what do you mean, though? You're on, like, than a year.
Yeah, no, but they just said that the base salary would be more. That was all. It's not in concrete yet.
Well, what do you mean it's not in concrete? Like, 'cause to me that means that you're not really happy working for me anymore.
No,
You're even entertaining it.
No, they were just negotiating with them, that was all.
But if you're starting to negotiate, it means that you're not happy where you are. So I don't know why you wouldn't come and talk to Daniel and myself first, particularly me.
Well, if it didn't happen, I just didn't want to cause a drama, that was all.
So you're just planning on just getting up and walking out after I bought you the tickets to New Zealand and everything. And I'm just surprised because when we had that big talk a few weeks ago, you were saying that you loved working under me and you were really happy. And your commission wage this month was like and like I don't understand why you wouldn't talk to me about it before you go to them. I don't think it's funny, guys.
From the normal cafe?
From Providore. Do you want me to order your coffee?
I'd like you to. It's your duty as a wife.
No, it's not. No roles. It's an equal relationship. Garage is like no before.
That globe.
Yeah, so I'll do that this week. I'll do that towards the end of the week. It was actually when I fixed the letterbox and drilled holes and so you haven't cleaned up the weed in the garage either.
Oh, it's just been absorbed in all the water.
No, it hasn't actually, because I know exactly where it is.
Where is it?
It's behind your R8.
Oh, for fuck.
You got all that's where you set up.
It's fucking... like a swimming pool in our garage. It's ridiculous. Fucking house stinks of dog.
Out, in and out.
Do you know where my thongs are?
I've got one in the back of the car and then one over there. Use those ones that I bought you.
Pouring in Geelong. Been raining for about 3 days straight. Love living opposite a school. And I'm going to tell you how we deal with it. Fucking graffiti assholes.
I know all the words I've heard them in many voices. I feel them within your eyes. I'm judging but disappointed. I'm not the one I used to be.
Annie, what does agent burnout mean to you?
People losing their minds because they've been working too hard.
You do not. Where's the on? This.
Don't pretend. Don't ever pretend again. It's always on.
Grace, it's not on.
It's
I'm
on.
setting it up.
You're so full of it, Danny.
You're being rude to me. Grace,
What?
let's just get it right. Let's reenact it before we actually video it. Grace, what does burnout, agent burnout, mean to you?
You really want to know the answer?
Yeah, tell me.
Tired, drained, in two minds about almost everything, including work life, home life, friends, family, questioning yourself, questioning everything you do. Yeah, that's burnout to me. When you've almost had enough. It's like time for a holiday or a change or something.
That's a great answer.
I'm not burnt out.
Gee, you seem to describe it really well though. It just sort of rolled off your tongue. What does agent burnout mean to you, Janet?
It means that we need more listings and we start stressing out. We haven't got enough listings, enough stock. So not working hard enough. We need to work harder.
Is that what agent burnout means to you?
Yeah, I feel like I'm burning out at the moment because I haven't got enough stock. So
Ah, that's a weird way to look at it.
yeah. So I'm working harder, I'm doing more calls, I'm doing more droppers, trying to get more listings.
Carly, what does agent burnout mean to you?
When somebody's given up.
Is that it?
Yeah, somebody's given up. They're burnt out. Do you say burnt out or burning out?
Or burnt out? Agent burnout.
Burnout. Burnt out?
Burning out in their car. It's like doing a burnout. Ray,
Yes.
what does staff burnout mean to you?
Being absolutely excuse me, mentally. And I am. Yeah, today, I'm a bit better today after our friendly chat this morning.
Well, don't direct it at me, dude. Jesus.
No, I'm not putting it all on you. Only some of it.
Well, let me tell you, I've already got that up on Google here. 10 tips for preventing staff burnout in spite of more work, fewer
Jesus.
resources.
You're attentive. God, were you like the class nerd?
No, I was actually.
Oh,
no,
I didn't start the camera. I've got to do it again. Shit. Okay, Pete, go. Pete, what does staff burnout mean to you?
Funny that you said that. I was just Googling that and I've got...
Pete, I made that up. I'd already said that. So, okay.
Just like anything, if you don't get enough rest or sleep and you work your ass off,
Yeah.
you can get burnt out. That's it.
Hang on 1 second, mate. Adam. Sorry, Pete. Steve. No, Steve. What does staff burnout mean to you?
Overworked.
Have you ever experienced that?
Yes, I have.
Okay, tell me about it.
I used to work for myself door knocking,
Yeah.
and I did it every day.
You did hardcore door knocking, didn't you?
Yep, 12
What were you
o'clock.
selling?
Brochures for mechanics.
Yeah.
From 12 o'clock to 8 o'clock at night.
That's a hard gig, man.
Rain, storms, the whole lot.
Yeah.
It went really hard, and I
sold bras. That was a hard gig too.
this is just, you can't put all this on here, Daniel. This is too weird.
Why did you just quickly go and do your hair?
I don't do my hair. When you work too hard and you've got a bit too much on your plate.
Overworking yourself, taking on too much, getting to the stage where you're exhausted and you just, I know, mentally can't continue on and you need to take a break.
Oh, here's Lexi.
What's happened? What's happened? Oh, didn't we just do a video on this the other day?
No, we didn't actually. Did I really?
Yeah, the whole video was about that.
Was the whole video about burnout?
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Literally 2 days ago, your whole video.
No, it was only a short version. I've got other people's input.
Okay.
Give me some examples of what burnout is.
Anxiety,
Chronic fatigue.
over it, can't answer the phone, can't answer an email, don't want to take a phone call. I think I said this the other day. Struggle to breathe. I'm not crying now.
It has been.
Rocking in the corner.
Oh, you've seen that happen too.
Thinking every time you get in the car, too scared to look at your phone to see how many missed calls you've got. Dread, constant knot in your tummy, heart's beating outside of your chest. Overwhelming sense of fear, thinking that everything bad's about gonna happen. Thinking you're gonna drive your car into the tree. Walking around with a rope around your neck, just hanging there.
That's a bit over the top.
That's a bit over the top.
What's
Cut that part out.
What's the remedy? What's the remedy?
Sex.
Oh, Peter. Now, what's the remedy?
I
I'm
think when
serious.
you're in that place, you don't want to get out on your jet ski. You don't want to go and do anything. You don't want to do anything. So yes, you know what will make you feel better. I think you actually need to remove yourself. I think that's the remedy.
Yep. Learn to switch it off.
But when you're in that space, you can't switch it off.
I tell you what I think burnout is. I remember.
Sharon, you're scaring me. You look like the female version of fucking Hannibal Lecter. Put your fucking tongue in and concentrate.
Yes, chef.
When the Iraq war was on, just before it started, and Bush was getting everybody pumped up, and I remember Colin Powell was on TV, and they were all feeding each other. And what they did was they built up this massive military force. They built it up, and it was like they had to invade. Everybody was ready to go to war. And what happened? They went to war, and as a result of it, 15, 20 years later, the world's a bit of a mess. As a result, I believe, of some of those actions. It's the same with burnout. In real estate, we get told we've got to work, list, sell. As a result of that, we get given awards. Rate my agent, the franchise give awards, I give awards. We try and build people up. We wind them up. We wind it up, as without any thought of family or friends or consequences. We're taught things like, you got to hustle 24/7, 7 days a week. You've got to work 7 days a week for the first 5 years before you get traction in real estate. No one gives a fuck about family life or any of that stuff, or the repercussions, the cost that you pay. The smart people, this is my view on burnout. Burnout is self-inflicted. It's self-inflicted.
I don't think it is, because you don't know it's coming.
Oh, that's gub. It's
No, that's not true.
It's self-inflicted.
Why would you self-inflict yourself to get into a position where you're absolutely overrun and burnt out? Why would you put yourself through that?
Because people...
No, you don't know that it's coming. You don't know that it's coming. I don't agree with you.
Okay, fair enough. Just park that for a minute.
No, I'm actually right on this. You don't know that it's coming until it's all upon you.
Mate, I just want to say this. Burnout, in my view, if you've got issues... family issues, marriage issues, personal issues, emotional issues, childhood issues. In real estate, it's really easy to hide in real estate. If you've got family issues, and I know I'm ripping the band-aid off the scab, I'm ripping the band-aid off. If you've got family issues, it's really easy for real estate agents to stay at home and to stay at work and hide and go, I've been working 7 days a week. It's all of that. The people that have longevity in this industry, listen to me. The people that have longevity in this industry, they have holidays booked in all the time. Holidays at Christmas time, holiday at Easter, holiday. You got to have money to do it. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. No, you can go somewhere. You can go somewhere and camp. That's what I used to do. Okay, so you can do that. You can structure it in. I believe your mental health and family life has to come before a long real estate career. It has to come first. People have it back to front. I think if you have that structure in place, you're not going to burn out.
Just trying to tell Pete. Pete.
I'm fine. I've got my 10 tips. Excuse me. Let me tell you.
Pete doesn't even realise he's heading the same way.
10 tips for preventing staff burnout in spite of more work, fewer
did you not
resources.
work 48 days straight? I've got you on video going, I've worked 48 days, like you were proud of it.
Exactly, which is my point, which is my whole point.
It was your PA.
Which is my which is my whole point, that you don't realise you're about to burn out until you burn out. That's exactly what I'm saying. Look at Pete right now. I'm not burning out right now. I'm not burning out right now. I'm fine.
Listen, I fell off a jet ski and swam with dolphins. It doesn't mean I'm a dolphin. Pete just wanted to be clear that he's not burnt out.
Let me make clear for all my clients, vendors, friends, purchasers, I'm not burning out. I'm 100% healthier than I've ever been.
Pete, can I just say this? In my view, the success of $1 Million Bogan, not that it's successful, but the good positive comments I get is because it's authentic, and any issue we have within this business, every other business has. Some of them don't want to acknowledge it, or don't care to acknowledge it, or don't actually care about their stuff. That's just the truth.
And prevention is tennis.
really nice.
So your outlet?
Yeah, my outlet has been is tennis, and then I have the soccer season, which starts in 2 weeks' time.
What's one of your outlets, Steve?
I've got a treadmill at home. I go in the treadmill and I do a couple of weights.
Raymond, what's your outlet?
Gym.
Okay. What's your outlet?
Gym.
Do I even need to say?
Jet
ski. It's so boring.
I don't really have
Claire,
one.
what's your outlet?
Probably walking with my daughter and taking her to the park.
What's yours?
My outlet is looking forward to the next travel adventure and flying my drones.
I go home, I see Noah.
You were here at 7 o'clock last night.
Fiona.
You always stay
Doing
late.
what, Steve?
We just don't want to go home.
You're
always late.
Don't put this on me.
Leaves, he's sitting here, and then I come back 5 minutes later, everyone's driven off and the lights are off and he's gone home because everyone's left. So he's still here until the very last person leaves. I don't know
Not
what
true.
you're doing.
Not true. Well, that's probably
What are you doing?
avoiding feeding time. I do the same.
Avoiding feeding time.
The kid.
Every night.
Do you think your dad's burnt out?
Yeah.
You do?
You know,
How can your dad better reduce his stress? How can he better reduce his stress? What can he do?
yeah.
And?
Be,
But your dad's tightly wound, isn't he? Do you know what I mean by that? Like he's a highly strung guy.
yeah.
Yeah. What else?
Stop eating.
Adam,
Yeah.
what's it like to sell the highest sale price property in Hayeswinkle's history?
You want me to be honest?
How was it?
I couldn't believe that it was the highest price property that Hayeswinkle have sold, to be honest.
What's the sale price? What was the sale price? Is it common knowledge?
No.
It's not. Close to 2 million?
Yes, very close to 2 million.
Yeah.
And it was well within the range that had been put forward. So
Me and Winkle have never sold that.
yeah, look, it was exciting. I was on a high from it for over a week. I got a call from you.
Did you have a magic script? Did you have something magical you said to them that made them buy it? How did it happen?
Look, I had a very good relationship with the vendors.
Yeah.
I was honest with them and let them know that if we sit on this price, this higher price, we're going to miss a golden opportunity to sell the property.
But 3 really, really experienced agents,
You kept your, yeah.
owners of business were
Yes.
trying to sell this,
Yes.
big business in
Yeah,
Geelong, and
yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
sell it.
Yep.
You've come along, fairly new, a real estate agent,
Yep.
and sold it. How does that happen? You've not even been in real estate, what, a year?
Well,
How long have you been in real estate?
1 year.
1 year.
Yeah.
You've been in real estate 1 year, you're the new guy at Hayeswinkle,
Yep.
and you've just come in,
Yep.
blown it out the water. How does that happen?
Well, for a start, I love the house too. I think that count. They knew I believed in the property. I was honest with them with my feedback, and when I had someone who looked like they might be interested, I worked it.
Is it fair to say, was it like that scene out of Nemo where the shark called, what's his name? Bruce.
Bruce. I love Bruce.
Where the sniff,
Yeah.
the blood went up the nose,
Absolutely.
and did your eyes change?
Yeah, yeah,
and did
yeah.
Dory, are you okay? Oh, that's good.
I had burnout and disability.
Yep.
And that's where you just can't do the work anymore. The thought of going to the job just filled you with dread. You're exhausted, and that's what I had when I was working in disability.
Do you think
I'm a long way from that in real estate?
Do you reckon burnout's self-inflicted to some degree?
Look, I think real estate would be a great place to get burnout because you know that if you spend some time, you're doing all the things. But the thing about it is, it's like you've always said, don't work long hours. Make sure the hours you're working are well
Productive
efficient.
hours.
Yeah, that's right. So, what was the question again?
Do you think worker burnout is self-inflicted? Like,
Has to be. You've got to be able to manage your own.
do you think people can
workload.
come to work
Yep.
and hide personal stuff within a workplace, then blame that work's their job that's consuming them? Where, say, for example, if someone was having marital problems,
Yes.
like I've had
Yes.
before, can
Yes.
hide in a job,
Yes.
and then blame that it's actually worker, it's the job,
Yeah,
when it's
rather
really
than
other issues?
other issues.
Do you think that's true, or do you think I'm just psychoanalyzing it way too much?
I think you're overthinking it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Sorry about that.
Stacey, I just want to ask you a question.
I was just thinking to myself, when's the last time that you picked up the dog poo from out the front? Because I've just picked up about 5 or 6 shits and Hunter's only been home for about 3 days.
What do you think about burnout? Sherman.
To me, burnout is...
Sherman.
Just too much. You're burning, my mum says burning the candle at both ends. So
What does that mean?
Mum says that burnout is like when you burn the candle at both ends. Don't do too close because I've got my makeup on.
Anyway.
You burn the candle at both ends, so you're just running hard on adrenaline and you're not looking after yourself, and you get to a point where you aren't actually any good to anybody. So you got to stop.
But is burnout self-inflicted?
Burnout, I think it definitely can be self-inflicted, but in real estate sometimes when you're getting listings and you're on that roll and you keep going, you've got to try and take it and roll with it whilst it's there. Because then it will get quieter. But I think there's things that you can put in place to limit the amount of burnout that you have. So you have little holidays. So for example, yeah, we have holidays that we can book in. I'm big on escapism, so I go and do like a bit of yoga, or I go for a run.
I've never seen you do yoga once.
I did yoga last night after we had an argument.
So don't say that on camera.
And yeah, you've got to be good to yourself. So I had a really awful time recently, and I took myself off to the Dalesford Hepburn Springs for about 2 hours.
Please, on camera, portray.
Or divert your phone.
Hang on. Portray that we have a perfect relationship. Boundaryless people with no boundaries.
Yeah, you got to put boundaries.
You got to put boundaries in. Really, number one thing, put boundaries in. Yeah? So what would be a boundary for real estate? Give me
my phone is set to do not disturb after 9 o'clock at night and doesn't come on till about 7:30. Therefore, I get no calls, no emails, nothing. It goes straight through to message bank. So I've done that because I want time to.
So you turn your phone off a certain time. That's it. You book in a number of holidays.
Yep.
Now people might say it's okay for you. You guys got double income, no kids. Well, 2 kids, but you know what I mean. They're older kids.
Every alternate Sunday, I try to have off, and I try to work remotely on a Friday. I still take calls, but not go into the office and have that break.
Do you think you're a workaholic?
I know I can be a workaholic.
You are, just for the record.
I know I can be a workaholic, which is why I put things in place to try and limit that obsession.
When you ran the Skechers brand, were you a workaholic then?
Yes.
You were on and off planes every week? What's an example of a day for you when you're with Skechers?
Up at 4:30, 6 a.m. flight to Brisbane or Sydney, probably 11 o'clock, 3 o'clock to the airport. I would catch a 6 p.m. flight. At 9:30, I'd go home at 10.
I remember when.
I said, I'm not dick face. Yeah, you're pissed, are you? I'm not fucking. Look at me eyes! Not as pissed as I am! You fucking are! Donkey!
My marriage came to an end sort of, 4.5 years ago now. And I wasn't just burning out. I mean, I burnt out. I hated being in real estate. I hated purchases. I hated vendors. I hated the business I'd built. I just saw that real estate had wrecked my life. But that wasn't the truth. The truth was that I was having all these issues and I was hiding in real estate from my life. And when you burn out or totally burnt out like I was, when your whole life's changed, you've lost your family, you're living in a rented 2-bedroom apartment and you don't have the trappings of success around you, the business still might go on, but you become really busted up in a bad way. And Michelle Winkle will testify that for a good year, I was in a really bad way. I'm not saying that my burnout is worse than anybody else's, but I just was over vendors, was over purchases, was over the business, and was struggling with a whole heap of hurt, really. So I had to get really honest about my life, and as a result of that, sort of 3 years on, what helped me was to meet someone else. And I know probably a lot of people might disagree with that, but for me, helped meeting another woman who I married, Stacey, someone who I was much more compatible with, and someone that understands me, someone that can put up with me and tolerate me. And what happened was I slowly started to get interest in the business again. But I made a real decision that I was no longer going to carry vendors or carry listings. And as a result, because the business is strong, I was able to make a position for myself where I could full-time work on growing the business. And for me today, I make sure I don't burn out because I want to play the long game. And I say this all the time, but your kids and your partner don't care about the trophy you've won. They care about, are you present when you're at the cinema watching the movie? Are you present when you're in Bali on holidays? Are you present when you've taken them to the Melbourne show? Are you present at the school concert? That's what they care about, you know? Are you there? And partners, well, my ex-wife used to say to me, are you present? My name's Daniel Hayes. Thanks for watching $1 Million Bogan Australia. So make sure you click the button right here. I'm gonna go.